Well, Brendan Rodgers clearly disappointed. His side didn't pick up all 3 points, and with the chances they had, they could have, as you said just before we heard from the managers. But what is it that's missing from this United side? Because some United fans that I've spoken to coming into this game felt that maybe the break would have done them so good, we would have seen a little bit more from them, but we really didn't, did we?
No, there's lots missing, Seema. I mean, how much time do you have? And I think that's the worry is, the goal is to be like Manchester City and Liverpool, be the best team in the league. And they're so far off it, top four. To win, they had to win today to basically get into the top four, and they didn't. If anything, Leicester were the better team. So, I mean, we got a little graphic up there about United without Ronaldo, who was missing due to illness. Cristiano always gets the blame more often. I go, he's at fault because of his age and he doesn't press. Well, those stats tell you that he's not the problem, because when he doesn't play, they don't win either. So, I thought they were bang average today. I thought they played without a centre forward. For whatever reason, Rashford was on the bench because he's out of form. They never look like scoring. They never look like scoring, didn't really create anything. And just another day that sums up United season. It feels like they just want the season to be over. And I think the fans want it to be over too, because it's been painful.
And there is just so much uncertainty surrounding the club, and it feels like it's affecting the players as well, because we don't know who the manager is going to be next season. Bruno Fernandes, we were talking about it earlier, signed a new contract, but there is no manager. We don't know who the manager is going to be, which seems like a strange decision. It's just there's just a lot of uncertainty.
Well, you've encapsulated everything there, but absolutely right. First of all, Bruno Fernandes signs a contract. He signs without knowing who the manager is. I just don't get that. I think they could have waited to the end of the season. Okay, I don't know how long he has left in his contract, but suddenly a new manager stepping in, he might actually not fancy him as a player. It's possible. Fernandes is a good player. He hasn't played well this season, but he is a good player. And chances are that probably the next manager come in will want him, but he might not. So, but he still signs the contract. There, I watched the interview there with Rangnick. If ever there was an air of resignation about it, you sit back and you think, and listen, I've been there. I've been there when I've been asked some really awkward questions and I've been unable to answer them correctly, But I have to say this here, that feeling as if that, you're asking me the same question again. Where's the position? What's my position? Where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And that is just, it's rife throughout the football club. And today I kind of epitomised what Manchester United have been like all season, and they're up there. No, we have to talk about their players. Every single week I hear they've got great players, they've got these great players. Well, I just at this minute I don't see it unless they're playing hopelessly with no confidence at all. I just don't see it. I don't see the pattern today. They played with two what you would call false centre forwards or whatever the case may be. And then you think to yourself, well, I wonder how you're going to develop this plan. It never developed for me. Now, listen, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you can win with the plan in the game. Sometimes you can win with all the tactics that you think. You can do people's brains in with tactics. But I don't see enough. I don't see enough vivacity. I don't see enough drive and determination from that side to break through and say, this is what we need. We need to win here today. This is a big, big game. We're just off after the international break. We need to win here today. We're playing a side that we should be able to beat because their record away from home is not great. We should win this game. I didn't see any of that.
So let's just say you're the next manager of Manchester United. You walk into that dressing room. What is your priority? What's the first thing the new manager has to do?
Well, first of all, he has to command the dressing room for a start. He has to be able to command the dressing room. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to come from a top league. It probably helps, to tell you the truth. But you could come from some intergalactic place and still have the personality to do it. Klopp finally won over the whole Liverpool side. He didn't do it immediately, but you felt as if he had the personality to be able to deal with adversity early on, which he was going to face, and he can deal with this here. I've got a project here. Project, I hate those words, but I've got something in my mind here that, please, just hold on a second or two. You will see this come to fruition. That's the whole thing. Guardiola's been into Manchester City. I know he keeps saying that he's had loads of help financially and things like you see, but you still have to have a plan. So those boys have done it. I don't see any of this at Man United. So the leader has to be unbelievably strong to be able to down any sort of revolt in inverted commas. those players there, they shouldn't be revolting against anybody, to tell you the truth. They should be listening to what has been said. Hold on, deal with it. You know, for instance, Sancho, you bought him for £80 million. Tell Sancho, what's your job? Your job is to go past players. What are you doing? You're laying it to the side. You're not doing that. I could do that. I could do that. I could do the job that I'm paying you to do. So those are the things. Get them to do their job. And if they haven't done it 1 week or the second week or the third week, get them out. Get them practicing. Get them beating players. If that's your strength, as Sancho is supposed to be his strength, beat players. Take players on. Don't care whether you lose it once or twice. You've got my backing, son. I'm going to deal with you, and I'm going to deal with any problems that you have. I'll be with you here. So I believe in you. I don't see any of that there at all. But the new manager coming in, has to be able to deal with the dressing room. Personally, it's gone past Liverpool, and that should be a massive problem, because you're not winning matches. You boys shouldn't have the ego that you seemingly have. If you're top of the league, if you've just gone past Liverpool and Manchester City, and you know what? Yeah, you might have a point at this minute, son. You've got no point. Just sit and listen.